Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Anil Kumar Bairu, national instructor and federated player. Today I am going to discuss basic pawn endings, the rule of the square, when we have a C pawn, D pawn, E pawn, F pawn, our knight pawns and rook pawns. Every pawn is a difference theory. First I will start from rule of the square. So this is the rule of the square. So first you select the pawn, go diagonal to the long square and come back and connect your pawn. Next draw one square. So in this situation, if opponent king is inside the box, you try to forward your king to protect your pawn. You're not supposed to play pawn. Why? Because if you play pawn, king will come eh. Same rule of the square. If you play a5, king will come d8, same rule of the square. King is in inside. If you play pawn, king. If you play pawn, king b7 and next move, he will take the pawn. So, when opponent king is in the box, you have to play your king forward. You are not supposed to play pawn. This is the rule of the square. In case if opponent king is in outside, blindly you can play the pawn. So, I will show you the one more problem. Second problem, we selected pawn, diagonal, came back, connected and square box completed. Now here opponent king is inside the box. So when opponent king is inside, we need to play our king forward. In this situation, we can play pawn 2 steps because it's in the starting position. So just play 2 steps. The king can't play 2 steps, the only it can go 1 step. So king f8. Now you can see the rule of the square. Selected the pawn, diagonal, came back, connected and square box completed. Now where is it? King is in outside. When opponent king is in outside, blindly play your pawn. No need to play your king for support. Play a5. If opponent played a6, opponent played a7, opponent played promote to queen or any other piece and we can win easily. Second topic, C, D, E, F pawns. So when you have a F pawn, when we have a C, D, E, F pawn, we need to maintain our king is in the 6th rank. We need to maintain our pawn is in the 5th rank. In this situation only we can win. For example, if your pawn is in the 6th rank, your king is in the 5th rank, it will be stalemate. So in this situation, only one thing you remember, if it is white to play or black to play, doesn't matter. If your king is in 5th, 6th rank, if your pawn is in 5th rank, it's completely winning for you. But the only thing you have to remember, if opponent maintaining opposition, then you can play pawn push. If opponent not maintaining opposition, you try to play king and you maintain opposition. Now in this situation, we can play f6 and we are giving opposition. If opponent played any move, we can do outflanking. The outflanking means nothing but a L shape. Now only options king will go some other place. Then we can do pawn push, f8. We can do promote the queen. It's completely winning. This theory for only C, D, E, F pawns. Now it's knight pawn. So knight pawn also same theory. You have to maintain your king is in 6th rank. You have to maintain your pawn is in the 5th rank. But one thing you have to remember, when you have a knight pawn, you have to give king outside squares. Now this side we don't have a squares, so you have to give outside squares. So just come back to g6. Opponent will play g8. Simply come to h6. Now when we played h6, he will play h8. Now the opponent maintaining opposition. Just play pawn push. Now he will play again pawn push. He will play f7. Now don't promote because king is there. So first king support playing h7. Now if opponent played any move, next move promote your queen and we can win easily. Next it's rook pawn. If you have a pawn or opponent have a pawn, doesn't matter. Who's controlling the last 4 squares, that is advantage for that person only. Now in this position we are playing white, we don't have a pawn, opponent trying to do the pawn promotion. So play king h1. Now if opponent played pawn push, it's a stalemate. King played g4, we can play h2. Now opponent played h4, again we can come h1. If opponent played g3, g1. If opponent played h2, h1, it will be stalemate. If opponent played any mate, stalemate. So one thing you remember, if you are controlling 4 squares, it's advantage for you. So one more problem we will see. Now the next topic, the opponent idea, he wants to play king b2 from controlling the 4 squares and he can do the pawn promotion is easily. So what we can do, you try to come first. So play c1, he will play. Now we can play. Now we are controlling. It's a draw. In case if opponent played king inside, now you play c2. If opponent played a4, c1, a3, c2, a1, king a1, we can play c1. Now if opponent played a2, again we can play threefold repetition. In case if opponent played a2, we can play c2. It will be stalemate. Thank you for the watching my full video. I hope you like the video. I will try to upload more videos soon. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.